I want to tell you about my spiritual awakening, but not in the way it's usually told. Not the aesthetic version, not the highlight reel, not the I activated my gifts and now everything makes sense version. I want to tell you the version that actually helps you survive your awakening without wasting years chasing things that won't carry you through it, because I've already done that part for you. My awakening didn't arrive gently. It arrived during a 2 decades-long heroin addiction and frequent flyer cred in our state women's correctional facility. Yeah, I definitely did my life in jail on the installment plan. Through synchronicity, confusion, and an almost obsessive need to understand why my life had unfolded the way it had. I wasn't looking to be special. I was just looking for answers about my alien blood. And then things started happening that were so specific, so improbable, that even my skeptical mind couldn't brush them off. I had a psychic reading during a time when I was cracked open, but not yet spiritual in the way people imagine. And he told me something I wasn't expecting. He said I was part of the 3 waves of volunteers, that I was an indigo starseed that had chosen to be here, that my life wasn't random, it was preparatory. He told me to read books by Dolores Cannon, and then everything clicked, because 2 weeks before that reading, something had already happened. I had received an autographed author's edition of Dolores Cannon's Book 3 of the Convoluted Universe in my mailbox. No return address, no note, no explanation. I didn't order it, I don't know who sent it, and at the time, I didn't even know what to do with it. I remember holding it and thinking, okay, that's strange, but I wasn't ready yet, so I set it aside. After the reading, that book stopped being strange. It became a signal. A week later, something else. I bought a simple craft book from a secondhand store for my daughter. Just a normal mom thing, no intention, no ritual. When I opened it, a book fell out. Not a receipt, not a scrap of paper. A rare, almost impossible to find book. A Letter to Lightworkers by Solara. I stood there, frozen. At that point, I stopped asking if something was happening and started asking what I was supposed to do with it. And here's where I need to tell you the part people don't admit. Once the signs started stacking up, I went into overdrive. First, I tried to disprove what I had learned to only further prove it. I must have had hundreds of readings, and somehow, friends, they all said the same thing. After failing to disprove the information of my origins and purpose, I didn't just want meaning, I wanted mastery, fast. I wanted the secret, so I searched, endlessly. Secret meditations, sacred geometry, symbols, codes, numbers, frequencies, kundalini awakenings, sacred secretion, Christos oil, Grabovioi codes, astral travel, reality shifting. If it sounded hidden, ancient, or only for the initiated, I chased it. And here's the truth that will save you years. Most of that wasn't expansion. It was avoidance disguised as enlightenment. I wasn't integrating my awakening. I was trying to outthink it. I believed, like so many awakened people do, that if I just found the right technique, the right activation, the right information, mantra, mudra, I wouldn't have to sit with the discomfort. I wouldn't have to slow down. I wouldn't have to regulate my nervous system. I wouldn't have to face my shadow. I wouldn't have to change my patterns. But awakening doesn't work like that. Here's what no one tells you. Awakening activates everything that was suppressed, so you can't bypass it anymore. Your trauma comes up, not to punish you, but to be integrated. Your nervous system goes haywire, not because you're broken, but because it's recalibrating. Your old coping mechanisms stop working, not because you're failing, but because you've outgrown them. And when you don't understand that, you go searching for shortcuts. I did, and I wasted so much time. There are no shortcuts. I know it's harsh and feels a little hopeless right now, But let me say that clearly, with love. There are no shortcuts. There is no symbol that replaces self-honesty, no code that substitutes embodiment, no frequency that does the work for you. Awakening isn't about activating something outside of you. It's about learning how to live inside yourself without dissociating. Real awakening looks like learning how to regulate your nervous system, unlearning survival patterns that once kept you alive, letting go of identities that no longer fit, integrating insight into behavior, choosing responsibility over fantasy, moving past bad habits and releasing yourself from addictions. And none of that is flashy, but it's powerful. Here's the reframe I wish I'd had sooner. You don't need more information. You need integration. You don't need another activation. You need stability. You don't need to ascend out of your life. You need to embody the one you already have. That's the work, and it's sacred. So if you're in your awakening right now and you feel overstimulated, disoriented, hungry for meaning, tired of fluff, suspicious that love and light isn't the full picture, good. That means you're ready for the real work. And that's exactly why this space exists. Not for bypassing, not for pretending, not for shortcuts, but for people who are awake enough to know truth without integration is useless. If that's you, subscribe, join the community, walk this path with people who understand it. No shortcuts, just truth, just work, just embodiment. And I promise you, it's worth it. If any part of this story landed in your body, not just your mind, that's not an accident. That's resonance. And resonance is how awakened people find their people. If you're tired of surface level spirituality, tired of chasing the next activation, tired of feeling like you're awake but unsupported, this space was built for you.
Here, we don't rush awakening. We don't bypass the hard parts, and we don't pretend integration is optional. We talk about the nervous system. We talk about shadow. We talk about embodiment. We talk about what awakening actually looks like in real life, as a human, in a body, in this world. So if you're ready to stop searching alone, subscribe to this channel, visit my website, and join our community at www.samanthabushica.com and follow on socials at pro-not-per. Not because I have the answers, but because we build them together, grounded, honest, authentic, and awake. No shortcuts, no fluff, just real work, real support, and real transformation. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you stay.